broken these boots. Yeah, they've been about everywhere. All the phases, awkward stages, in between spaces, I've been there. Though I didn't always know what I was doing, just running down a dream without a new head. Learn when you gotta lose it all, 'cause you find yourself in free fall. I am standing on a mountain with nothing but the sound of a song I can sing along to. I'm high on the hilltop, no I never thought I could do the things I do. On the long road, highs and lows, every show, every note, the thrill gets me still, saying thank you to the feeling that took my hand and made me who I am.
I got Dylan Jakobsen in the house, country music star, and you've been out on the road. How you doing today, Dylan?
Hey, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, one of the things that I found out about you is that you grew up in Seattle, and when did you find out that you really wanted to be a musician?
Oh, I was lucky enough to know exactly at a super young age. Like, I started playing guitar at 8, and it just took off from there. Like, I was 10 years old and writing songs, and then one thing led to another. And I remember teachers all growing up, they ask you, like, what do you want to be? Or like, where do you want to go to college? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I would always just laugh and be like, I'm going to be a rock star.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's a great dream to have. Now, one of the things that I was doing was I was listening to your latest album called I Am. And so I hear a variety of influences in there, from country to alternative to rock. And so how has that variety kind of shaped your music?
Yeah, you know what? Like, I grew up on all sorts of music, and being from Seattle, you don't think of country music right away. You think of all sorts of other things that aren't country music.
Yeah.
But I grew up on so many different styles, and, as a songwriter, that's really what pulled me to country music the most, because country music has the best songs and tell the best stories. But you know what? I feel like I pulled influences from so many different places, like you said. And I almost feel like it's morphed into this sound that I hope people take a listen to my music, like whether it's now or 6 months down the road, and say, "Man, that sounds like a Dylan Jakobsen song." That's the goal for me. Is like I've just done it my own way, and I hope that translates.
Well, and you definitely have done it your own way, because I want to kind of step back for a little bit to your hit Silverado.
Yes.
I was listening to that, and the great thing about it is it's not a typical relationship song. I mean, there's really brilliant storytelling going on there. You kind of flipped it a little bit so that it isn't exactly a full relationship song. It's got a truck involved in there too.
It does. I've always been a Chevy guy. They've gotten us out on the road for a long time, and touring and everything. But yeah, that was the first song out to country radio for me. And it opens so many doors and opportunities. But yeah, it's just at the end of the day, country music's about a great song, and I feel like that was on that record from where I began that I put out at the time. That was the song that I was like, man, I want this to be the first story that I tell at country radio. It just feels so genuine, so honest, and it's a great country song, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I loved it, and it sounds like that's really kind of your writing vein, or really kind of what you focus on is the stories.
Yeah, you know what? I look up to guys like in country music. I really look up to guys like Eric Church and Chris Stapleton and Will Hogue, and it's guys that go out there and they sing a song, but it's so genuine to them. You believe every single word that they're saying, and like every single song that I write, I hope that it translates to people hearing it and believing the words that I say, and hearing these stories, and whether it's relating to. They're like, okay, that I can see how that relates to him, or like, man, this song really connects with me in my own way.
Yeah. Something else I think that's super cool that I found out that people might not know about you is how incredibly multifaceted, multi-talented you are. Because with this new album, I Am, you not only wrote all the songs, but then you played all the music instruments and produced it in your own studio. So kind of tell us the whole process in that and what you did.
So it all stems back to when I started writing songs. I was like this little elementary school kid, 10 years old, had this acoustic guitar, and I grew up in a family where they were super supportive musical parents. They didn't play any instruments, but they'd always take me out to any concert that I wanted to go see. And I was writing these songs, and one day they came home with this little 8-track recorder, and told me I could start recording these songs I was writing. And I
Oh,
had
very
this
cool.
one vocal mic I'd sing into with my acoustic guitar, and one thing led to another, and I wanted to I wanted to put this full production to these songs that I was playing, and so I started collecting different instruments and teaching myself how to play songs through these instruments, like building this whole recording to my own songs and producing it. And this new record, I Am, that just came out March 8th, is the first record where I felt comfortable enough in my own skin to go outside of the Nashville mold and really find myself as an artist, because I feel up until this point it was kind of up in the air, like, who is Dylan Jakobsen? But I did so many different things unconventionally on this record, like from writing every single song 100% to playing every single thing you hear on the recordings, from like every instrument to the sound effects to the backing vocals, like everything's me. But then also, like, I literally got a whole home studio set up, which is, I've been recording myself, but I've always recorded like a demo and then just went to the studio and recut everything. I was like, why don't I just do it right the first time and just do it myself, So I invested in better studio gear, basically, just to make the final full quality product, and then locked myself in a room for 4 months and just did the whole thing myself.
Well, and related to that too is that you did something kind of cool with your song, What Are You Waiting For? You put out a social media post or something like that for fans to get involved with this. Tell us what you did with that.
Yeah, so during the recording process, I had actually started recording the song called What Are You Waiting For? And then, we had this ending where it was just kind of faded out, just kind of jamming at the end of it. And you were like, what would be really cool for this is if we found a way to get the fans involved, because it's one of those messages that I feel like can cover so many different aspects of life. Like whatever you're waiting for, just go out in life and do it. And so we had posted on social media. I posted and said, reach out to us via email, and we're going to send you the chorus of this song with just me, an acoustic guitar and a vocal track. And so anyone that reached out to us, we sent that to them, and we told them, sing the chorus of this song into your iPhone, like a voice memo or whatever you have handy. Just listen to the song and sing back and do it. They sent it back to us, and then we took every single one of those voices and we put them into the album, which is one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Yeah, it was very cool. I was listening to the song, got to the end, and I was like, oh, that's really neat how you tied that all together, and it just is brilliant in my opinion. So.
Yeah, no, it's really special. Like I can name you every single like hearing all those individual voices coming together into one. Like I can picture every single one of the people in my head, and it's just one of those special things. Like those fans that have been supporting me. Like it's just a way to we're one now. Like
reach out to that kind of connection.
It's pretty cool.
Well, I think what I would love to have is to have you play a song off the album. And so what are you going to play for us today?
Oh, if I had to choose, well, we're out on radio tour right now, promoting the new single in America. You guys are station visit 43 out of 135 or something crazy like that. So it'd be fitting if I wouldn't have played it that one, because that's the one we're putting out to country radio right now.
Okay, awesome.
Graduating, boys and girls just turned 18 to know where they're headed. Living life in the land of the free. There's so many faces. Got some 50 states of USA. You got so many places, baby. Yeah, and last would you make it, so don't think. Just tell them you're going. Living life on the wild side. Get out on the road. Take a back seat down that highway and send me a postcard. Tell me about everything you've done, from cities to small towns. See now while you're still young, just out on the run in America. Call your friends up, Take 'em with you when you go another mile, another truck stop. Down some unfamiliar road, got a suitcase of memories. Save 'em up for when you're old and never about all the good times. In the days when you left home, you gotta tell 'em you're going. Living life on the wild side, get out on the road. Take a back seat down that highway, send me a postcard. Tell me about everything you've done, from cities to small towns. See that while you're still young, just out on the run in America. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. You wait on Louie on the days when we're waiting around. You we're gonna Louie at the times when we headed on out. Tell 'em you're going, living life on the wild side, get out on the road. Take a back seat down that highway and send me a postcard. Tell me about everything you've done, from cities to small towns. See that while you're still young, just out on the run. Yeah, we're out on the run, out on the run in America.
Awesome song, such an awesome song. And you know, when I first heard that song, I'm like, yeah, this is like the summer song where you got the windows down in your car and your hands are hanging out the windows. It's just one of those really great upbeat summer type songs.
Thank you. Yeah, we figured it was a perfect time to release this. You know, I've always been a tour and road dog, and you know, kids are graduating high school right now, and summer's right around the corner,
Yeah.
and you know, it's a great time to take a road trip and really see America. You know, I've been lucky enough to be out on the road, seeing so many like places that I probably wouldn't see otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, driving all over the country, and I think that's something everyone should do at least once
Yeah.
in their lifetime, is go out on the road and see
absolutely.
America.
Absolutely. Now, where can people get a hold of you? How do they find you?
Anywhere online you can spell my dang name right, because it's so hard to spell. It's Dylan Jakobsen, DylanJakobsen.
Okay, awesome. So
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you're all on those, and they can get a hold of you. And
Yep, absolutely.
all your
Facebook,
music.
Twitter, Instagram, and then on YouTube we just started doing a video series called IATV, where people can actually follow along with us on radio tour and see what exactly a radio tour entails, because so many people say it's the most grueling thing ever, but you know, there's so many highs and lows and so many different things that happen behind the scenes, and we just want to take people along for the ride and show them what it's all about.
Awesome. Well, it has been great having you in the studio. And
Thank you.
When you guys come back up here for a tour, definitely hit us back up.
Go Pack Go.
Yeah, go Pack Go.
Know